I was sitting here and I was watching all the things that are going on. We have a two-party system. I had faith in our system. That faith has quickly dissolved. I see those people who sucked up to Trump, who pretended to support Trump, who said they were constitutionalists, who wanted rule of law. And they spit in every one of our faces. They spit on our Constitution. Here's the way I see it. If someone accuses me of something and I didn't do it, I'm going to tell them to investigate. I want them to investigate. If I'm guilty, I don't want them to investigate. It's common sense. It's human nature. You're going to be pissed if you didn't do it and you're accused of it. Find the proof. Here it is. Look for it. Find it. Show it. You show it, obviously it happened. You can't show it, then obviously I'm innocent. That's not what happened. There were voter irregularities. There was voter fraud. Hundreds upon hundreds of witnesses, computer experts, analysts, all saying the same thing. Not all Republicans, not all constitutionalists. Some were Democrats. And they came out and said that there were things that were illegal being done. That in itself should merit an investigation. If the Democratic Party was not guilty in these key states or any other state of voter fraud, vote tampering, whatever the case may be, they should have just said, all right, Mr. Trump, President Trump, come on in, send your people in. We'll send one of ours, you send one of yours, and we'll have a third or even a fourth person there to act as observers to make sure there's no funny business going on. But they didn't do that. They fought, they screamed, they screeched, they denied, they hid in secret. Just like they counted the votes in so many places. The more someone protests, the more someone fights, the guiltier they look. But most people in this society today don't care. They're happy with whatever the media tells them, or people like Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham, if I remember correctly, almost lost his run. And President Trump stood up for him. President Trump stood up for a lot of the people that have stabbed him in the back. We still have a lot of good people in Congress and Senate. But we need a different group. We need to get away from the Republican Party. We need to get away from the weak and shamed. We need to form another party. Not libertarians, although there's nothing wrong with libertarians. They actually make a lot more sense than most Democrats. And there are some good libertarians out there. Got to give my love out to Ron. But we've got to do something. Plain and simple, we've got to do something. If I seem tired, I am tired. Because I've just been watching in disbelief. Not disbelief that President Trump lost, because anything is possible. But disbelief in the things that I'm seeing. For 10 months, we watched people burn our cities to the ground. The media, some politicians, celebrities, they all said they were peacefully protesting. Some even made excuses for them. They're not terrorists. They're not violent. They just had enough. They've been pushed so far. Well, what do you think we've had? As Trump supporters, as constitutionalists, as Christians, we've been pushed and pushed and pushed. We have been beaten. We have been spit upon. We have been harassed. We have been mocked. And we've turned the other cheek for the most part. Eventually, people get sick of that. Eventually, people don't like getting smacked. They don't like getting hit with bike chains. They don't like watching their cities burn. And all I can think about is all the people who gave their lives for this country. From its conception till now. And what they must be thinking. There is shame to be had on both sides. But take a look at the last 4 years. 5 years, if you really want to get somewhat technical about it. Maybe even 5.5. We're sick of seeing laws different for them. And by them, I mean the politicians. The Hillary Clintons, the Obamas, the Bushes. All of them. Not just them, but all of them. They commit a crime, they get a slap on the hand. They have an account to pay people that they've had relations with. They can go in and spend $1,000 on a haircut on the taxpayer's dime. I do my own. And I apologize. I'm kind of looking like a bit of a hippie today. But I think we need to start a new party. For all the people who supported Trump, for all the people who love our Constitution and our country, for all the people who honestly do not give a rat's ass about what color a person's skin is. The majority of Americans are good people, and they don't judge on color. Media and other social outlets perpetuate it. They keep it on a front burner to keep it hot. It's like a scab. A scab will not heal if you do not leave it alone. And that's what they do. They pick that scab. They keep us divided. You need to stop listening to the talking heads. You need to open your eyes, open your heart, and just look around and see that this country is not going in a direction that we want it to. I don't want to conquer nations. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to see anyone hurt. I don't want to see our soldiers, our men, our women, our brothers, our sisters, our daughters, our sons, grandchildren be thrust back into endless stupid wars. Think about how nice it's been. No wars for 4 years. Normalization of relationships between nations that there didn't seem like there was any hope. But it was here. We had it. It was quiet. Iran wasn't funding because they had no more money from the Obama administration. But I digress. We are a nation of some of the most caring, most loving, and most generous people. You wouldn't know it to listen to the media. You wouldn't know that the people are that way. The profession that I have driving semi. When I first started driving truck, the racial tension was ridiculous. It was 20 some years ago. It was ridiculous. You couldn't go into some cities and turn your CB on because all you heard was racial BS. Okay? Before Obama was in office, you didn't hear that. You would see people of all colors standing outside cooking on little grills, helping people back in. I mean, yeah, you still heard it. If anybody thinks you're ever going to get rid of racism completely, you're just deluded. It's not going to happen. You're always going to have people that hate people and look at someone else and blame them for their hardships. That, again, is human nature. But Americans on the whole are not bad people. When something bad happens in another country, we're the first ones out there donating money, donating clothes, donating food, donating water, setting up charities, having concerts. Proceeds go. But they make most of us out to be slack-jawed, knuckle-dragging Neanderthals, waving Confederate flags and, wanting slavery back. That's what they try to make us out to be, and we're not. We're not. I've always told my children, you judge a person by the content of his character. Okay? No man is better than another man based on the color of his skin or the money in his wallet. At least they shouldn't be. So I think we need to rethink. I think we need a third party. We need a party. We need to take all the supporters that were Trump and we need to put them in a new group. And we need to make ourselves known and we need to make ourselves seen. And we need our numbers to grow. It's the only way. If I had my say in the name of it, it would be the American Constitutionalist Party. All inclusive. If you are a legal U.S. citizen, doesn't matter if you're black, white, gay, doesn't matter. If you're a legal U.S. citizen and you love your country and you love your Constitution, welcome. That's my 2 cents on it. I know this was a 12, almost 13-minute video that you might think is a rant, and if anybody did make it through, it's the first video I've ever done on this platform. Don't know if I'll ever do another one. I don't know. But what I do know is I love my country and I love my fellow Americans. I believe that we should help those less fortunate. I believe that we should do things to improve our country, to make our world here better. We're not global citizens, we're U.S. citizens. This is our country. This is where we should take care of first. If you are starving in your home and you have just enough food to feed your family, you don't give that food to your neighbor and their kids. You try to make do and help them if you can. But once you have the food and your house is in order, then you help the neighbor. And then once their house is in order, so on and so on and so on. We need to get our house in order, people. This isn't a call for violence. This isn't a call for revolution. This isn't a call, not that I'm opposed to it if it actually came down to it. If it was a genuine need for it, yeah, I would sign on. But this level of dipshittery has to end. So I appreciate your time. Toss around the idea. The American Constitutionalist Party. Let's take America back for Americans. Because apparently the other two groups don't give a shit. Have a good night. God bless every one of you.